We rolling. We scrolling. I got record there. I got record there. And we're on. All right, people. This is the Faithful One-on-One. I'm your host, Ty Alston, and I am jacked up today because I'm here with somebody special. See, you might be chill with Miriah, but I'm chilling with Miriah. So take that, Brian Cole. No, Brian's my guy. I love him. But with me is Miriah Lee. How you doing, Miriah?
I'm good, Ty. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining me. This is awesome. It's a beautiful day in Vegas. We're here enjoying some drinks, just hanging out. We're gonna talk a little stuff.
All right, let's do it.
All right. Well, first things first. You are one of our leading ladies in this content realm, but you're a bit of an introvert. So I gotta know, for my own curiosity, how does an introvert get started in this?
Whew. Well, you start with a lot of talking about it and sitting around and talking about it and drawing pictures about it and doing everything that you could possibly do to do it without actually getting in front of the microphone to do it. So that was me for a couple of years, and then finally I think it was just more, the push from the community, really. Once I put the idea out there that it was something I wanted to do, the support was overwhelming. Such great community support. So for everybody to be pretty much pushing me then, they knew how, everybody knew how I was. So it was more, well, when are you going to do it, Miriah? Are you going to do it? When are you going to do it? When's the show starting? So I just, to then it was like, okay, I got this pressure. I don't want to let people down. They're expecting me to do this. So, that was kind of what I needed, because like you said, I am so shy. Even, with my friends, like, it takes time for me to come out of my shell and talk and all that, and then you see, like, I'm turned crazy, so then people wish I was shy. But yeah, so I mean, that's how it really started. And still to this day, I get nervous before some shows, certain things, certain guests, certain topics, you guys know I wear my heart on my sleeve, so you can tell my emotion as soon as I start talking about something, So, I mean, some shows are harder, some days are harder than others, but it's something I love to do. So now I just sit down on the microphone, and it's like, even though you guys are in different states, different cities across the United States, it's like I can sit there and it feels like I'm just sitting there talking ball with my homies at the end of the day, So that's really what I love most about it.
Yeah, I think that's the beautiful thing of it. The way you carry your show is just like that. You're just talking ball with your homies. You're just there with friends. Thank you. And just enjoying it, and I love it when the passion comes out, because then it's like, wait, hold on. This is some bullshit. It's like, oh, here we go. Now she's letting loose. So I love that. And I gotta take a moment to give you your flowers, because you, like I said, your show is great. It is like talking ball with your homies. It is one of the shows that I jumped into and got involved with. And I was watching you for a while before I started speaking and then joining the chat. Like, I just used to lurk, and just sit back and listen. And I was like, man, she's like cool, like somebody I could talk to. And I was like, okay, let me say something. And like, your show was the first show I ever just chatted on. Before, I was like, I'm introvert too, so I'm not saying nothing. I'm not getting involved. But looking at you helped me like come out of my shell.
Well, good.
So I got to thank you personally for that, because you're one of my inspirations. Like, you inspired me to come out of my shell, and you know what? Let me start talking some ball with the homies, because this is what I love.
Yeah.
49ers. That goes without saying. I wear the team on my sleeve as well. And I love the faithful. I love our community, our people. It's nothing like it. I'm just walking around here in Vegas. I'm seeing people, and they're seeing me with my stuff, and I'm seeing them, and it's like, it's like, hey, go on, fam. We're dabbing each other up and everything. There's nothing like it. And I see Cowboy fans walking around, and they're not doing that. So take that. The Cowboys, which they came at me for my post, and it was funny. Hold up, I gotta drop this out there. So I dropped a post saying F them Cowboys. And when I noticed that everybody was coming after me personally, but they never defended their team. No one ever said, yeah, Cowboys are good. My team's better than your squad. Nothing.
Because they can't.
You can't do it.
No.
Can't do it. If it was the other way around, we'd be dropping facts on them. Didn't we just beat y'all?
Yeah.
Didn't we beat y'all last year? Yeah. So, take that, Cowboys. Okay. So I gotta ask this one, being a woman, talking sports, there's still a lot of idiots out there who say women shouldn't talk sports. There was some idiot the other day who was in 49ers female member thread saying females shouldn't talk sports. How you feel about that crap?
It's very unfortunate. It's unfortunate that we're in 2023 and we still deal with a lot of the shit that we deal with. That's just one of the many things.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not really bothered with it anymore because, I mean, you can't change ignorant people.
Right.
So,
that's for sure.
They just remind me of like cavemen, the people that are in those threads, with stick women to be in the kitchen,
Yep.
barefoot in the kitchen, like it just reminds me of the cavemen back in the days, like feed me, bring me food, I can't be bothered with it. So, at the end of the day, if that's how you feel, go listen to a man talk sports, What else do you want me to say?
That's what I'm saying. You know what? There's plenty of male egos out there talking their ish. Go listen to them. For those of us that enjoy like what you and other women do, let us have it without your BS messing up our fun, our entertainment, our enjoyment. And I'm a big supporter of women in sports, no matter what. And I'm like you, it's 2023. Like, get over it.
Yeah.
Go get a life. You could do so many other things besides being an a-hole in this one person's realm.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
It is unfortunate.
Yeah, extremely unfortunate. People walking by. No. This happens, you do things out in public.
Yep.
No. All right, so you got a new show that you started, the afternoon show. Tell me what that's about.
I just wanted to do something where I didn't want to be just stuck, not really stuck, but I guess bubbled in this bubble of just 49ers. So I wanted to do something more, to help people a little, just pick me up to get through the day. I felt that there was like a time slot in that little lunchtime slot where there wasn't really much going on. Grant has his shows, that he does through the day, but yeah,
Okay.
I just felt like there was, that time slot there and I could, come on and not, sometimes our shows at night get a little long, hour and a half, 2 hours, 2.5 hours, and something, 30 minutes to talk about whatever sports news there is, whether it's basketball, Warriors, football, something that just popped off in baseball, whatever it may be, and then just talk to my people, tell a couple jokes, whatever, I'm gonna figure out something, some way, cute way, funny way to end it, and just help people get a smile, to help get them through their day, get them through their lunch hour, whatever the case may be. Just do something different, that's not just based around the 49ers all the time.
Yeah, and it's a good time of day where people need that break
to
break things up and might need a little bit of a release from the everyday monotony. So other than 49ers, what other teams do you follow? Well, the Aces, I know that because we've talked. So I'm going to be on your show starting May, talking WNBA.
Yep. The Aces, I'm a Warriors fan and a Dodgers fan. Yeah. Guess that's really it.
Okay, that's good enough. So we know who to jump on to get her going.
Yep.
Yeah, we know what teams to talk about. Whether you talk smack about them or something good, just get her going.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, but how do you find time to do it? Because putting on a show takes work. I think also a lot of people don't actually realize about doing this is more than just like turning the camera on and start talking ish. There's work involved in the background, and you do a lot. I mean, between your giveaways and communicating with different people to set things up, how you find time?
Well, I'm a stay-at-home mom. I'm a stay-at-home wife, so that definitely helps.
Yeah.
My wife works her ass off, so
That's still a lot of work.
That lets me, have more time than when I was working. And yeah, I mean, it is a lot of work, but I put my head down on a grind.
There you go.
I'm used to working full time. I'm used to being a manager at a casino. I'm used to working my ass off up until this point. So, I mean, just because I'm not working for somebody anymore doesn't mean that changes. I still work my ass off, just not for no money now.
Yeah. The mindset and the mentality is still there.
Yep.
So just keep the grind going.
Yep.
I understand that. And, it's a commendable thing, especially doing something you love. Like, it's kind of a thankless job, so you really got to be into it, committed, and it's got to be something you want to do.
Yeah. And that's what makes it easier, That's what, I can wake up, and no matter if I wake up and I'm feeling like shit, or I'm in pain, or I'm this, or I'm tired, it's at least I'm getting up and I'm doing something that I enjoy doing at the end of the day. I could be getting up and going into a job that I was miserable at, crying on the way to work.
True,
and I don't
crying
have to
on
deal
the way
with that
home.
anymore. Yeah, so it's a lot easier to get up for work now.
Yeah, that's for sure. I can only imagine. Well, I know it because I was at a job for 13 years, and when I left, it was like, well, shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is a better life. Now I'm into it.
Yeah.
Like, so, yeah. It's all about, good mental health.
Oh, yes.
Is very key.
Yep.
All right. Enough about you. Let's talk about these Niners.
All right.
Let's talk about these Niners. We gotta start with talking quarterbacks. And you get rid of Jimmy G and he comes right to your backyard. So you got to see his face no matter what.
Yep.
And as someone who watches your show, I know you were ready for him to be gone.
Yes.
But now you have to see him every day. What did you do to the football gods to draw that short end of the stick?
Yeah, it is quite interesting. And, being in Vegas, we know sex sells, so I'm sure his picture is going to be plastered all over. He's already getting tons of offers from the Bunny Ranch and the strip clubs and all these other things. So I'm sure, we'll be seeing his picture all over the city. But at least he won't be wearing the red and gold. So at the end of the day, that's what matters.
There you go. You don't really have to deal with him.
And I get to make fun of Raiders fans that have been making fun of us for the last 5 years for having to have Jimmy G. Well, now he's coming to them. So
exactly. That's right. That's karma for you.
Yep.
I take that.
Yep.
All right. So, why, and I mean why, is it that no one tells the truth about our quarterbacks? I just want to know that. No one wants to be truthful about the quarterback situation. It's an embellishment one way or the other.
I don't even know if they're on the same page, the organization's on the same page, period, as each other. Mm-hmm. John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan even on the same page? Did they even both want the same guy? That's still a mystery. So we're seeing other coaches, even Scangarello, like we found out he didn't want Trey Lance. And I mean, none of us really liked him anyways, but at the end of the day, it's like, well, was there more people in the organization that didn't want Trey Lance? Was was it more split than what we were led to believe? Who knows? It's just, I don't know. Seemed like John Lynch came out and he's so talking about Brock Purdy so great, and then Kyle comes out and he's like, wait. Yeah. Like he's not going to be back at this time. He's not this. Like, I don't know. So it just seems like they're not even on the same page with each other. So how can we expect them to tell us?
The truth. Why aren't we telling the truth?
Yeah.
Right? But it seems like if you say something positive about Trey Lance, you're a Trey truther.
And you hate Brock.
And you hate Brock. Which is like, wait a minute. I'm just telling the truth. That's it. I'm not hating one guy or, bigging up the other guy. I'm just trying to tell the truth of the matter. Why can't we like both guys?
Yeah, I don't
Like, why
get
is
it.
that so hard? Like, even for me, like, I've worn a Brock Purdy shirt. I made and worn a Brock Purdy shirt. The day after he took over in the Miami game, I did a show with Paul Hope. Shout out Paul Hope.
Shout out Paul. He's going to be on my first afternoon quickie, lunchtime quickie show.
Nice. Well, that's a good time for him too.
Yep.
Yeah. You know, and we both went on record to say we believe in Brock. We think he can help us, you know, win. We saw what he did in preseason. We liked some things, and I'm sure he can get the job done. And he did help us win. But now it's like, wait a minute, pump your brakes on Trey Lance. Like, you can't say that about him because you don't know. You're not speaking truthfully. Now all of a sudden it's like, well, you're anti-Brock and you just like Trey. It's like, wait a minute. That's not what I said. Why can't people just be truthful and support both guys? Is it that we're just too spoiled as a fan base?
I don't know what it is, honestly. Like, I feel like people are just so set, like, they just wanted to be so right about stuff these days. So it's like now, you know, they're just so set in their ways. Like, okay, we're already on this path. This is what we're dying with, you know? So it's like, I don't know. It's crazy. It's a crazy world out there. But I think Twitter makes it a lot worse than what, you know, it just really is out there. It's not like normal 49er fans are just walking around the Bay arguing about Brock and Trey Lance. You know, it's like that doesn't happen. That only is happening on freaking Twitter, I feel like.
Yeah, this is very true. And the thing I find interesting is that, like, the conversation and narratives get started by these like outside guys who like don't cover the team, or they're insider or this stuff, and they put it out there, and then like fans run with it, and it's like, whoa, time out. He's not even one of us. Why are you even using mental muscle on this?
Yeah, and these randoms just put it out there because they know it's going to drive up their clicks. Like, oh, if we mention Trey Lance's name, or if we mention Brock Purdy's name, it's going to go crazy because the faithful take it crazy, you know. And
it's the straight up clicks formula.
Yep.
You know, it's like, okay, it's like question, insert quarterback name, 49ers, controversial statement.
Yeah.
That's the template. And if it's like, okay, who are we gonna talk about this one? Well, Trey Lance. Well, let's keep talking about Trey.
Yep.
And then, all right, is Brock Purdy back? Is he not? Is he not back? Oh wait, well, he didn't have his surgery yet. Okay, insert Brock's name. Didn't have surgery yet. And they just keep it going.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And we jump on the bandwagon. Did you see what such and such said? Like, no.
And as much as like I try to tell myself, like, stay out of it, don't get in it, but it's like just see the same shit over and over and over. Like, oh well, Trey Lance, you wasted picks on this, and you didn't, and just like after so long, it's just like finally, you know, you just snap on one of them, so some random person, you know, because it happened to be their time and place.
Yeah. That's it.
Yep.
That's it.
But it's like the faithful should actually just be happy that we have two quarterbacks that could be good, right? Whatever order, it's starter, backup, starter, you know.
Doesn't matter.
At least we're going to have two guys, right?
Yeah.
Like, we're going to need them probably, knowing this team, so we should be happy.
Yeah. It's like, happy we have two. Like, there was a point where we didn't have one.
Right. Or we had half of one.
Yeah, we had half of one. Oh, just go back to 2017 when Brian Hoyer was starting. And he was throwing passes to Kyle Shanahan while he was standing on the sideline. We could be back to that.
Yeah.
Like, at least we got two guys that are capable and can help this team move along. And let the best man win it and let it play out.
Yeah.
And just support the team. That's all I want. Like, don't try to boost up one guy while dragging one guy down.
Exactly.
It makes no sense. It's like, you know, just like, you don't hear people saying, oh, Mitchell sucks, but, you know, CMC is great.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly, yeah.
You know, it's like, come on. You don't do that for any other position. Support the team. You want everybody to win.
Yep.
Just get it together.
I think there's so many years of not having a quarterback. People are just...
People are too anxious.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, even right now, it's the off season, There's nothing happening. The team hasn't met yet. They're preparing for the draft. And what's everybody saying? I wish they would name a starter.
Yeah.
They're not even practicing.
Right.
They're not even seeing who does what on the field. And you want them just to blindly name someone?
Mm-hmm.
Then what if that doesn't work out? You're going to be like, oh, why did he name him so early?
Yeah.
They weren't even practicing. That was dumb of them. When does it end? That's what I want to know. When does the craziness end?
And could you imagine they did name a starter and then, something does happen and they end up trading that person away?
Yeah.
Oh, well, they named a starter and now they traded him. And
Yeah.
oh, my gosh.
This organization doesn't know what they're doing.
They lie.
They lie to us. Like we have a say.
Yeah.
They lie to us. It's like they don't care about us. Oh, it's just a funny dynamic. It makes for some frustrating / entertaining days.
Yep.
With the news, but sometimes some of this stuff just makes you shake your head, especially when the rumors. Okay, Audi guy. We hear you.
It's louder than the trucks.
As you do 30 miles an hour down Rainbow Boulevard on your way to nowhere. Oh man. I have to sit there and rev the engine too. You gotta love it. People are hilarious. Okay, guys. Well, alrighty then. And we're back. After that brief interruption. I'm terrible at this content stuff. So hey, do me a favor, like, subscribe, get in tune with the channel. I'm trying to do some good things. I got good things going on, but I travel a lot, so that kind of messes up my schedule. But I got more stuff coming, I promise. And we're out here in the Vegas sun. Feels good. It's a great time to get your tan on. And I got to give a shout out to, today's sponsor, which is TL's Tanning Lotion. That's right. What do you know about TL's Tanning Lotion? Let's get up close there. TL's Tanning Lotion. You can achieve even complexion from head to toe and get that golden glow with some of TL's Tanning Lotion. Get yours today. All right. I had to do it. See, I'm a smooth reader, people. Call me up for sponsorship. I got you.
Better get that for John V, so when he fills in, he's the right color from now on.
That's right. We're going to take John V from white-skinned to light-skinned. Don't worry. We're going to get that done. How'd you and TL meet?
Just in the chats, in other shows, probably Nothing But Niners, and then Breezy's show, and just started talking in there, and then found out we both were in Vegas, and from there I had him on as a guest, after I started the show, and just clicked, found out, we worked together well, and it's been all downhill from there.
Look what you've gotten yourself into.
Yep.
He's a cool guy. I like him, man. I like the chemistry you two have. It really makes for a good show. So you picked well. And he's a cool guy.
Yeah.
We hung out, and he's awesome. So what do you think about our 2023 outlook? Everybody says the Super Bowl window, and the Super Bowl window may be closing. What do you think?
Well, we've been in our Super Bowl window. That's all I've been hearing for the last how many years? Win now, but we haven't won anything now, so I don't know. I guess if we get the quarterback situation figured out, that's the biggest question mark to us winning now, I think so.
I think we can win with any guy, though. I still think we would have won the NFC Championship if Josh Johnson didn't get hurt and screw the pooch. All we just need is someone capable to deliver the ball. We got two guys who we know we can do that. If Sam Darnold could step up and do some things, then we'll have three. So I just think if we stay healthy, play 49er football, not botch things up like we almost did in Vegas here last year, we'll be all right. What are we going to do at kicker?
Hopefully
Is
draft one.
Zane Gonzalez the guy?
Hopefully not.
No confidence in Zane Gonzalez?
I mean,
I'm
his
trying to
leg
work
was
on a
only been
nickname.
falling off for the last couple of years.
I know.
So, you know.
If you got an injured kicker, could you imagine? People worried about the quarterbacks getting injured. If we don't have a kicker, remember when Robbie got hurt during that game? I think it was the Seahawks game, and Mitch had to try to kick for him, and oh God. That was horrible.
And then remember we had to pull a kicker off the streets, and he came in, missed kicks, and lost the game for us, and all this other shit. Like, yeah,
terrible.
So I'm hoping we draft one.
Yeah.
I want the guy from Michigan.
Jake Moody, yeah.
Yep.
He's the strong-legged kid everybody wants. I actually want a kicker who can also throw the ball. Like we talk about this multi-position football, you know, guards that can play center and tackle, and tight ends that go line out wide, and running backs who are running backs and receivers. Let's get a kicker who can throw a little bit.
Just in case.
Just in case there's an equipment malfunction like last year. I don't want to say the I word. We got a guy who at least throw in, hey, just throw some screens. Throw some 5-yard passes. We're going to give you the Jimmy G game plan. Throw some 5-yard passes and let the big guys do the rest. That's all you got to do. I think that'll cover us a lot. So who knows? If we get some weird kicker you never heard of, I bet you the guy like played some quarterback in high school or something, and that's why they got him. That's the only reason why.
Oh boy.
I know. Imagine the controversy that will be.
Yeah.
49ers draft kicker / QB to compete for quarterback position job and starting kicker. National headlines.
QB1.
That's QB1. That's right. That's 10 shows right there.
Yep.
Will X guy be QB1 for the 49ers? You can see it now. Oh, man. Okay, so you had ideas of doing a women's show, a women's forum. What happened with that?
Well, there's not very many women that are, I guess, committed to doing, a show as often. Just harder, I guess, because there's not many of us, so I mean, it's easy for me to put together a group of guys to do a show with, because I could reach out to 10 of you and 5 of you are going to be able to do it, There's only so many girls to reach out to, and if 1, 2 of them can't do it, well, there goes your show, so it's just kind of been hard with scheduling and getting, just the bodies to do it, I guess.
But yeah, still out there. The show is still there.
We're working on it,
your mind. You haven't. Okay, good. That's good stuff. I like to hear that. I want to see that get going. I should have mentioned that earlier, but it just came to me.
Yeah.
Because I was excited for it, and I'm going to support it like crazy. So yeah, whenever you get that going, I'll be there.
Appreciate it.
The original idea for my show was the Faithful 1-on-1, and the first one was supposed to be WON, as in Women of the Niners. And I wanted to talk to as many women as I could. But my wife told me I was kind of sexist. She's like, how you forget your bros? And I'm like, you're such a dude, It's like, but you have a point. I was like, okay, I got that. And then she was like, well, how many women have you met? And I'm like, oh, yeah. So I understand your point of there's not many. Yeah. There are tons of fans, though. Like, the Niner Queens represent like no one else. Yep. I say that all the time. It's phenomenal. But the schedule and get people and to meet people and like, hey, would you mind talking on camera? Like, nah. I just want to yell at the guys on the field. Like, okay, I understand that. I'm cool with that. So, keep the idea going. I'm sure a lot of people would love to see it. I know you did the forum with Grant, and
that's always a lot of
peachy
fun.
And that's a good show. It's the only show I watch of his, just because you guys are on it, and I think it's just great just to have that female dynamic, get those voices talking and hear your opinions, what you got to say. So make it happen.
Working
No
on
pressure. No pressure. No pressure at all. All right. Is George Kittle retiring at 49?
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't see him suiting up for anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see him playing for that much longer, honestly. Period.
That was going to be a follow-up question of mine.
I'd say a couple more years, maybe,
Mhm,
and then I
mhm.
could see him retiring, going
Yeah.
to wrestling, or doing
Yeah.
something else that he wants to do. But yeah, I don't see him going to play for nowhere else.
Yeah, he's so charismatic, and he has always got all these other avenues opened up to him already. And we know he's all about taking care of his body for the long term, and he plays
Yeah.
physical with an F.
Yeah. So how many years are you going to keep putting your body through that?
Exactly. Like, I'm sure he'll want to enjoy time with his wife and start to build a family
Yeah.
and be able to function.
Yeah, because they don't have kids yet. So,
No, exactly. Be able to function, with the family. So I can see him, retiring young, retiring a Niner, and just walking away. And people are like, oh, but you're in your prime. It's like, well, I want to be able to function while I'm in my prime and later on in life.
Exactly. And you never know these days, when that hit to your head's going to be the one that does it, or,
Exactly.
God forbid.
You never know.
Especially after what we've seen this year with DeMar Hamlin and these situations that
Yeah.
can just happen,
Tua and some other
Yeah.
quarterbacks where it's like scary
scary.
stuff has
Yes.
happened on the field.
And
It
it's like
reminds you how violent the game is.
yeah, and we feel like the close, the days we're getting closer to technology being better and all this stuff, but still the hits it's not helping. It doesn't seem like the scary hits are happening. Like,
Yeah.
we've seen stuff this past year on the football field that I've never seen in my life happen.
Exactly.
And like you said, that stuff with Tua, like to see him out there and his hands,
Right.
go up like that and stuff like that was just scary. Like you're wondering, like, is he ever going to come out of that?
Yeah.
Like, is he going to straighten back up? Is he going to be able to walk again? Is he,
Exactly.
and then to have somebody die on the football field, like that they had to bring back to life, like
Exactly. Like,
that was tough. Like, and that was felt around the world.
Yeah.
Football fans around the world,
Yeah.
whether you're a Bills fan, a 49ers fan, a Eagles fan, it didn't matter.
yeah,
that-
people didn't watch football. It was
Yeah.
like, oh my God,
Yep.
this is happening. And then I was here. As a matter of fact, I was here that night it happened. I was here in Vegas,
Mhm.
out having dinner, and it was on the TV, and I remember the whole restaurant stopping and
Yeah.
looking like, holy crap, the ambulance is out there. They're working. What is going on? And yeah, it's scary. Yeah, so for like a person like George, I see him easily retiring just to live a better life and take
Yeah.
care of himself.
Especially when he can go, his true love's wrestling besides
Yeah.
football, and when he can go do that and not get hurt,
Exactly. Exactly.
still make
You know?
money.
Yeah.
It's like, and that fits him. Like, I feel like that fits
totally
him so
fits his
well. His
personality.
personality, everything about him, like, is wrestling.
Totally there.
Yeah.
And like he can just be like the commentators, the guy who just speaks and does the interviews, and you'd still be entertained by it.
Mhm.
And occasionally get in the ring just to stir ish up. Like, you can just see it happening. And I'm not mad at it at all if that's the route that's taken.
Yep.
So cheers to George.
Yep.
Isn't today his birthday? Is it Friday?
Is it?
I believe it's just I don't know. I gotta look. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. Don't clip this and put it on
Today's
Twitter.
the 13th.
Get me blocked by George Kittle for no reason.
Yeah. Oh, today's the 14th.
14. Yeah. I know it's Jess's birthday. Happy birthday, Jess.
Happy birthday, Jess.
So yeah, we had fun with her earlier, giving her birthday shout outs. Yeah. But what do you like to see added to the team just to make it complete?
Good question.
There's not many holes at
There
the
isn't.
moment.
Obviously, figure out what we're doing at right tackle.
Mhm.
I'd like to see a tight end get in there behind George Kittle.
Mhm.
And like we said, if he does retire soon or not, we still need an able tight end
Yeah.
behind him because it seems like we've had a tough time finding that.
Yeah.
I'd like to see safety get in there and start learning to take over to play that spot opposite Talanoa next season. You know, the season, the second year, his second year it would be. Obviously, if we drafted him this year. We know the 49ers like to draft guys and let them learn their rookie season.
Yep.
So I think that'll be perfect. Yeah. Let him get in there and learn and, you know, get him ready for next season. We talked about kicker, obviously. Can't ever have too many cornerbacks. I'd like to see some depth there. Obviously, we need depth across the D-line. I really hope Drake Jackson can come alive this season, and I know a lot of people want to draft the DNs, but I'm good with Drake Jackson. We just need depth behind him, I think.
We signed Kerry Hyder today.
Yeah, I saw that.
So that's a nice pickup.
Yeah.
You know, one of Chris Kaceric's boys.
Yeah.
So we'll have him revved up and ready to play.
But yeah, I mean, most of the spots are just backups, you know, to fill in. It's not like we have that many starting
we returned
spots to.
What was it? 19 of 22 starters. So it's all really depth.
Yeah. See what we're gonna do with that slot corner.
Yep. Seemed like we brought in 10 guys.
Yeah.
All play slot corner.
At least there'll be a competition there.
Yeah.
Shit.
And I'm like, wait, well, we need depth on the outside though. God forbid, you know, knock on wood, Ward or Lenore goes down. Who we gonna put out there?
Not Ambry.
No. Shout out to TL in Michigan. Ambry played well that rookie year though.
Yeah.
He just kind of disappeared.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. It's crazy.
I don't know. I thought he would come in and start and be at least the third guy behind Mosley and Ward coming into the season. But he just kind of fell down the depth chart.
Way down, like.
Yeah, I don't know if that means the guys ahead of him are so much better, or he's just gotten so much worse. Like, I'd really love someone to ask that question.
Yeah, what happened?
Like Kyle or somebody, like, what happened to Ambry? He was starting last year. Now we only see him on special teams and stuff. Like, where'd he go?
It's hard with those positions. Like, you don't know if it's a confidence thing. You know, if a corner loses his confidence, like, forget about it. You know?
Yep, he's done.
We saw that with who was it a few years ago? I think he went to Seattle and then went to the Saints, or where did he? Or
DJ Reed?
No.
Or he went to Seattle.
Maybe he didn't go to Seattle. Maybe the Steelers.
Akello Witherspoon.
Yeah. He looked like, you know, like he thought he was gonna do something, and it's like something happened. He lost his confidence, and he was just never the same for us again.
Yep. He was like kind of in position to make the play, but kind of never made the play. And then Emmanuel Mosley took his spot, the undrafted guy.
Yeah.
Took his spot and never looked back. So yeah, he's a prime example.
Yep,
I remember
so you never know what it could be, you know.
Yeah. I remember the 2019 season, he had an interception game 1 versus the Bucks. And then didn't do anything else much after that. He got injured.
Yep.
They tried to throw him back in there and he was never the same afterwards. So yeah, you never know. If it's injury, just mental. Who knows with these guys? It's all a crapshoot at the end of the day. Who's going to perform? Who isn't? You know, unless you come from stock like a Nick Bosa, where you're like, oh yeah, he's going to be a player.
Like 99% sure that he's going to work out as long as he doesn't get hurt every season. You know.
I was like, look at his dad. Look at his brother. He's going to be all right. You're not worried about him. Like Christian McCaffrey. Look at his grandfather was his great grandfather was an Olympic athlete. His mom's an athlete. His dad's an NFL player. He's all pro as a rookie. He's going to work out. We're not worried about him. Let's concentrate on some of these other guys. And that's just the way the game is played. Then you get an undrafted guy like Emmanuel Mosley, who just comes in out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And he's got that dog in him. And you're like, E-man. That's my guy. All right, I got to circle back because I wanted to ask you this question. How do you think the James Richard era will be remembered? is going to be fact or fiction. Because we've seen the graphics. All he does is win.
I don't know. I don't know if as time goes, if he'll kind of just,
fade into
Yeah.
the ether.
like, if he really did enough, yeah, we got to the playoffs, we got to the Super Bowl with him, but it's like, did he himself do enough that he's going to stick in our minds to be up there on the shelf with guys like Joe Montana, Steve Young, even Jeff Garcia, I hold up there, like, just like in my mind already, like, I don't put Jimmy up there with them. So
yeah,
as time goes by, it just seems like that's going to fade even more. But I know there are some fans that do look at him as the guy, like, because that's the only winning they ever know, especially younger fans.
That's true.
So it's like, to them, that might be somebody that they remembered 49ers lore for a long time. I think it really just depends on your age, what you've seen, you've seen this team, and I mean, I was never the biggest fan of him anyway, so that probably has something to do with it.
It is. And it's like that quarterback shelf. I think about it like that too. And it's like I do my stupid bar analysis comparison where I'm like, all right, Steve and Joe are like top shelf.
Yeah.
They're up there, big, on display, lights are on them. That's the good stuff up there. Then you got your mid shelf stuff where your Garcias.
Yeah, even Kaepernick. I would put Cap above.
Exactly.
I still put Cap above Jimmy. So yeah.
Then you got your bottom shelf stuff, and we all know who goes there. Shout out to all you Sean Hill fans. Go ahead and Sean Hill that like button, y'all.
Yeah.
And it's like, which shelf would you put him on?
Yeah.
If you really think about it, are you gonna hype him up and throw him top shelf, or are you gonna, be like, all right, he belongs here or here? So we'll see. Like I said, we'll see. I think a big thing is if we, when we get number 6, people will really take a step back and be like, well, wait a minute.
Yeah.
What did he really do? Let me stop being all gaga here and really assess this.
I think even in these next few years, if we're going to the NFC Championship, 3 out of the next 4 years, let's say, and, we get to the Super Bowl, even if we win or don't win, whatever, if people can see we're getting to those things with a different quarterback, I think then that changes the way some people see Jimmy as well.
Yeah, because the narrative is he led us. It was all him.
Yeah, the Kyle can't win with any other quarterback.
Right.
So
that whole thing. I love when that
you
graphic,
can get it in there and him win with somebody else, I think that changes.
I love when that graphic pops up. Kyle without him, Kyle with him. And it's like, well, look at the quarterbacks
exactly
who wasn't him. You got a guy who's barely in the league right now. One guy's a third stringer. One guy's hopping around from team to team. Being like, come on. That's not exactly, good stock there. It's like, we got to be realistic about this stuff. But the conversations are just fun to have.
Yeah.
It's fun to talk about it. All right. Do you think the D-line can return to 2019 form? Got Hargrave. You've mentioned Drake Jackson. Eric Armstead, who hopefully he changed sneakers. He'll be healthy for the full season. And good old Nicky, not Joey, Bosa.
If that D-line, those 4 can stay healthy, I think it can be better than 2019.
That's a bold statement. So 2019, they got after it. I think it's going to be better.
If they can, those 4
if they
can
stay healthy. Yeah, that's the big thing. It's always health.
Yep.
It's always health. But better than 2019. Why do you think so?
I just think the addition of Javon in there is huge. And yeah, I mean, we saw what Bosa did this last season with basically no help, like literally no help next to him.
Yeah, especially when Armstead got injured
by one leg. Bosa, and that was it. And look what he did. So imagine, Bosa just getting better every year. Bosa was just a rookie that season, 2019. So Now we have Hargrave there. If you get Armstead healthy, Drake Jackson coming into his own, you know, I don't think. I mean, somebody has to be single there. You know, you can't double team everybody. So
that's my big thing, because what I noticed last year, going back to his rookie season with Nick Bosa, they would double and triple team Nick Bosa.
Yeah.
Double team. Well, after Buckner left, they would double team, triple team Nick Bosa, double team Armstead, and like leave the guys on the right side of the line singled up.
Yep.
And be like, all right, if they're going to beat us, they're going to have one of these guys over here after.
Yeah, the Kerry Hyder and the, you know,
right.
Whoever.
Exactly. And that wasn't consistent enough. Now you put Big Javon in there.
Exactly.
You can't leave him singled up.
Yeah.
We've seen him cause havoc. So it's like, all right, what you going to do? What you going to do? And remember, in the beginning of the season, Drake Jackson was flashing.
Mm-hmm.
He was out there making plays. Like the first 4 games, he had like the 3 sacks and 4 batted passes.
And that's why I like him, because if he can't get to the quarterback, at least he's getting his hands up.
He's got the long arms, you know? Exactly. He's playing smart football. All right, let me disrupt the pass. It's little things like that you do. So hopefully his conditioning is right and he can play throughout the season. Maybe people forget he played in that Raiders game. So it's not like he fell off the face of the earth in week 6. Mm-hmm. The fatigue hit late in the season, which it happens to rookies. So I understand that. So I think this year he's got that full season under his belt. His conditioning will be better. We'll have him for the full season. And I'm pretty sure they'll rotate him with all the guys they brought in. And so we don't have to worry about that. And you never know. Maybe we just put him in there and say, go get the quarterback, son.
Yeah.
He plays the, who was number 55? I forgot his name. Who was never on the field. He was on the field one team. The speed rusher. Opposite Bosa. D4. Thank you. Maybe just use him like D4. Like, hey, this pass rush down. Just go get the quarterback. Go bend the edge. Get your arms up. Do what you do. And that'll keep him fresh for the full season. So it's going to be fun to see how that plays out.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
I'm very interested in that dynamic.
And now, too, with Wilkes, you know, with him being able to focus on the secondary, I think that's, too, you know, going to play hand in hand with, we haven't had somebody like that, you know, so it's kind of been, okay, all the focus on the D-line and the guys in the back kind of do what you got to do, you know, like hang on until the D-line can either get home or, you know.
Do the best you can.
Yeah, but now it's like, okay, we have somebody focusing on the back end too, you know, so I think that is going to help the D-line. The D-line's helping them, you know, and it kind of just plays hand in hand. So I'm expecting the defense in whole to hopefully be more rounded out and consistent all the way through.
That's why I'm in full agreement with you on this being maybe the best defense we've had during this regime. Simply because we've seen how the D-line has been built up over the years. It started purely with the defensive front.
Yep.
And D'Amico Ryans takes over. Now the focus is on the second level, the linebackers.
Yep.
And we see what Dre and Fred Warner do. So that's now built up. Now the third level, the defensive backs. Well, now we got that defensive back coach in there. And he's going to build that up, and hopefully it gets to be on par with the linemen and the linebackers.
Exactly.
And it's like, what you going to do? Who you going to attack?
Yeah.
You want to run against us? Can't do that.
And that's what this defense has been missing. You know?
Yeah. You want to try to throw the ball? Nope. Can't. That ain't working. What you going to do? So, yeah, I you know, knock on wood, this is the year of that truly historic defense where we're rivaling, you know, the 2000 Ravens or, you know, 85 Bears or, you know, 2000 Bucks.
Yeah.
Wait, well, no, it was 2004, whatever year they was. Who cares? Yeah. And they can get it done. I just hope the offense just gets along with it. Brandon Ayuk, is he wide receiver 1?
Of course.
Why the hell people saying trade Brandon Ayuk?
Because they're dumb.
There you have it. Because they're dumb. Sometimes stupidity is stupidity. And you can't fix stupid.
Exactly.
His best receiver on the team, one of the best young receivers in the league, constantly getting open. Let's trade him.
Yeah, like if we trade him, who's catching passes? Like, I don't get it.
That's always my thing. And that's what I like to ask people. Okay, you trade him. Who's taking his spot?
Yeah.
Who you gonna put out there?
We'll have no wide receivers under contract after next season except for Debo.
Yeah,
so it's
you gonna call up Mohamed Sanu and
yeah. When Debo's hurt half the season, I don't know how he's gonna catch anything. So.
Yeah, like who's gonna take his spot then? What are you gonna do?
That just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I love that dynamic. Okay, so Kyle Shanahan, Coach Kyle. What do you like about his coaching style, and what do you don't like about his coaching style?
Well, I don't like that he doesn't take accountability for things. It's kind of hard to get better if you don't see the mistakes that you're making. You know, I don't know how you can fix something that you don't ever see is broken.
Right.
You know, if you ask him, he probably thinks this team been great all these years. So, I mean, how are we going to get better to get that next step to get the Super Bowl? If, you know, it's like, I don't know. I just don't like that about him. I do like, and I know some people don't like this, but I do like that his relationship with his players. I feel like he can relate well with his players.
Yeah.
I know some people think, you know, that relationship's too close, or, you know, he's out on vacation with them and whatnot. But I just, you know, you hear the players talk about him, and that's always the thing that they bring up, that they can talk to him, they can relate to him. He's a player's coach. Yep. So, you know, that's great. Obviously, the offensive mind, can't say enough about that. I love that he also isn't just an offensive mind, but he knows the defense just as much as well. Yep. I love that he knows how to he might not be the best in something, but he knows how to put the coaches around him that are better in those situations, you know? So he's great at putting the staff around him. One of the best I've probably ever seen, you know? Then we see that with the turnaround of coaches every single season so far. But yeah, that taking accountability for things, you know, he kind of walks around like, and I don't know if it's because his dad was a coach and he really didn't have to, you know, he kind of got pushed in there, you know, and didn't have to work to get his foot in the door and all that. But I don't know if that has something to do with it, but like his shit don't stink, you know, like he just, like he's the guy, you know, it's just like.
He's the automatic genius, you know.
I feel like sometimes maybe that he has too much power in the 49ers organization. And that's what makes me think maybe his next stop, he'll be a better head coach there, because that will get fixed. You know, he won't be the GM, the coach, the this, the that, you know, like I just think he has too much on his plate at times because he tries to do so much, you know, instead of having other people do it for him.
Right.
But I mean, overall, like, you know, I'm good with Kyle. It's not like I can think of somebody that I'd rather have, you know, and that's the thing. If we're going to replace him, who would we replace him with?
Right.
If you can't put in somebody better, then, you know, I don't think he's above criticism, that's for sure. But I do think, you know, that your time runs out eventually.
Yeah.
I don't think you know, there's not head coaches that are just somewhere for 20 years without ever winning a championship, you know, so eventually you have to win.
Yeah.
Or you're going to be replaced, you know, that's the name of the business, unfortunately. So he can be the greatest, we can think he's the best, the players can love him, but if he's not winning a ring, your days are numbered in the NFL, you know?
Yeah.
We see it happen year after year after year. So
exactly.
And it's time, you know. We've seen him come in, he turned this team around. He took it from a crappy team.
Oh yeah.
The organization was terrible at the time. I always say this, the players were screwing each other's wives and like all this crazy stuff was going on there. Yeah. You know, and they came in, they completely turned it around. You know, people talk about how great the organization is, the family feel, you know, from the top to the bottom. And you can see that, you can feel that as a fan, you know, so I'm appreciative for that and, you know, all that. But yeah, it's time to produce.
It's time to just win it.
Yeah.
It's time to just win it. You know, you made a great point. It's at some point, you got to move on. You got to get somebody who's going to win it. I think we've been hit with a string of bad luck over the years that have kind of cost us not to win it this year. We saw what happened this year. But I always think about Tony Dungy in Tampa Bay when he was there, and like that team was great. and they always made the playoffs and won their division and got close, but they never won it.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, they were like, "You got to go."
Yeah.
They straight fired him. They made the trade for Gruden, but he was beloved by the players, beloved by the fans, the community. I'm sure he was beloved in the organization, but they told him, "Hey, you're just not getting us over the hump."
Yeah.
And that's what the game is for. At the end of the day, it is a business.
Yeah.
And if you're not reaching the ultimate goal, you got to move on.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to me. I hear there's people talking about the tea leaves. How long is Jed York going to keep them? And things like that. So I'm interested to see what the next few years hold.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be a curious ride. Not just from a player standpoint, but from the front office standpoint as well. Coaches and front office.
Yeah.
And to be a 49er fan, it's both fun and exhausting at the same time.
It is.
It's like every day is like, oh, what's happening now? You go on Twitter and it's like this firestorm, and you're like, oh, what's happening now? I just woke up. What could possibly be going on at 7 a.m?
Yeah.
It's like, what the heck? Most of the time, it's just some stupid rumor. And it's like, ugh.
Especially right now.
Yeah, when there's nothing going on. All right, here's a tip. At the Faithful 101, I love to educate. So, when you see the word rumor, that means bullshit. Just know that. Rumor equals bullshit. And everything you read about after that, just keep that in mind. And you will live a happier existence. There you go. Am I right?
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm not. Because most of the time it's just some guy sitting around making stuff up. And like, you know what? I'm gonna put it out there. I paid for my blue check mark. I'm gonna type it up and put it out there.
Per sauces.
And I'm gonna put per sauces at the end. Who'd you talk to? My mom.
Yep.
She was the source. But they don't know that. Okay. That's all I got. I can't take up much of your time. I know you got things to do, but I really appreciate this. You're awesome. Your show is awesome. You know you always got my support, and whenever I can stay up late enough to be a part of the chat, I always watch it the next day, and I'll leave a comment. But keep doing what you're doing, because I know a lot of people love you and got your back. And thank you, Miriah.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you. And everybody out there, tune in to Miriah's channel. Miriah Faithfully, it's great. I'll leave a link in the description and everything. Just tap in, like, subscribe, and stay faithful. We're out of here. Deuces.
See ya.